everyone, welcome to the next little set of pictures from this series of sort of dressing table items from Rooms of Wonder by Johanna Basford, using Polychromos pencils. The pencils that I've used will be listed in the description in case you want to grab them. Pause the video, you can go and grab the pencils if that's what you want to do. So we have a few items here and I'm sort of wondering how to do them really. Like this comb, for example, with all this ornate detail, I'm thinking that actually looks to me like it might be silver. So I think that's how I'm going to attempt to colour it. I say attempt. Silver isn't easy. It's it depends how you do it. What am I going to start with? I think I'm going to start with this. This is the Cold Grey IV 4. Cold Grey 4, I can't get that to show up at all. Nope, sorry. So Cold Grey 4. Now the actual teeth of the comb I'm not going to do in the same. I'm going to just colour this all over to start with and sort of start to fade it like that. So I'm doing more layers here, colouring over and over and then fading it a bit. We're going to grab another colour in a minute, but I'm thinking I want my mirror to match, so I'm going to do a bit of work on here with this pencil. We'll sort of do them both together. Now I'm wondering from the shape of the handle whether this piece is standing up on this sort of edge. I don't think it can be though, that would be incredibly painful to hold. So what I'm going to do is to make it dark all the way around the edge, like this, and under here, and just scumble that in a little bit, like that. For the sort of piece around the frame, I'm going to start here and put a dark layer there, and the same on this side, and then do that at the bottom. I'm going to go dark there and then start to fade like that. Then we're going to grab the next grey. This is Cold Grey 3. Oh, I don't know if you can see that any better. And we're going to just continue on now. Actually, on this comb, I've gone back to my Cold Grey 4. Oh, you can't see, it's just useless. And I hadn't done that edge. I want to do that edge as well in the same way, like that. Oops. Now Cold Grey 3. Oh, it's so hard to show you. Now I'm going to extend this towards the centre. This is my final grey for this particular part, so I'm going to take it all the way to the middle, leaving just a little bit of white, like that. And here I'm going to do the same thing, leaving a bit of white. Now I'm going to try and experiment in a minute. I'm going to try using white pencil rather than just leaving bare paper. I'm thinking that the paper is cream, it's not pure white. So let's use our white. Look, you can see that. Let's use our white in the middle. Might actually look like white rather than cream. I don't want to burnish it too hard though, because I've still got work to do on this. I'll put down a bit of white. There we go. Oh, we haven't done this little piece here. I'm going to use my Cold Grey 3, which you cannot see, and just go around the edge of it. Leave the centre white. I might actually grab the white again. Just colour in there. Sorry, you can't see. Colour in there. Okay, now I want a darker grey, and I'm going to go considerably darker. I'm going to take the Cold Grey 6. I'm going to make it really sharp. And we're going to put a bit of shadow in, and I'm hoping it will help it to look like we've got a bit of a texture going on. So I'm going to put a shadow in all the way under here. Johanna's obviously drawn a line there already, and I'm just going to try and extend that a little bit and hope that that makes it look like this sort of ornate pattern is standing out, like it's sort of stamped out of the metal somehow, or moulded, I suppose it could be. So top and bottom, just put a line, just sort of extend Johanna's black line a little bit, and then also in between the different sections. My page wants to wibble wobble. Oh, I'm so hungry. Why am I so hungry? It's too early. I know why I'm hungry. I put on a bit of weight and I don't really know why, and so I had a bit less breakfast. Here we'll go around these bits, so that's probably why I'm hungry, but I'm going to ignore it and then have a big lunch, but lots of salad. I do like some, it's the right weather for salad. I don't like lots of salad in the winter, makes me feel cold, but in this weather it's very welcome. It's got quite warm all of a sudden. Me and my son popped to the shop this morning, and he was like, can we hurry back, I'm getting too hot. I was like, yeah. He did though put it looked like it was going to rain. It didn't. It was quite cloudy and muggy, so he just popped a coat on top of his hoodie, so it was probably absolutely boiling. Now with the line that's going around here, I'm trying to work out, I think I'll go on the inside of it. Now this is really subtle, and it may not even really show up very much, so it's up to you if you want to spend the time. It doesn't take too long. I can see that I've done it, but I don't know whether that's just because I know or whether whether it's made a difference. But we've got our little I think hand cream, I'm guessing. We're going to do that quite colourfully, I think, and the same with this. We might match them a little bit because it'll brighten it, because obviously this is silver, it's a bit boring. Well, yeah. So let's do the leaves. Let's use some May green. We haven't used this sort of olivey green tones yet, so let's do the leaves on the pot. This is May green. You might not think they're leaves, but for me that's what they look like. Ooh, I snapped the end. That's not unlike me. Some people have a sharpener and they set it so that their ends of their pencils aren't so sharp and then they don't snap. But I like a sharp tip even if I snap it. So I do that. But it obviously wastes a bit of pencil, and I'm going to use it for the these as well. As I said, I sort of will match the two across. I think because these two are a pair, although these two aren't a pair, I think it will just look nice if they're matching. So now I need a colour for this that will work for the tulips. Should we do red? We haven't really done much red on this page. Well, not enough. I suppose we did lots for the lipsticks. Never mind. Shush. I shall shush myself. Deep red. Let's do that. Let's pretend I didn't say that we haven't done much red. So where the petals meet, I want that to be darker, so I'm just layering it up a little bit more, and then I'm going to do less layers towards the tip so that it looks a little bit paler. And the same on this one. And then paler. And then this one is a little bit further forward, but I think it might be a bit darker around the edge. I don't want to make it as dark as I made these, but we can sort of reduce our layers towards the middle. And I'm going to stop breathing as I do it for some reason. There we go. And then this little bit. Now you could do that green if you think it should, I never know whether it should be green or not. I think it might vary depending on the plant, but I'm not sure. I don't even know if tulips have that. I don't have cut flowers in the house very much, so I don't notice. Because I prefer plants in a way. I think it's a bit wasteful having cut flowers somehow. I don't know. They are pretty, and if they make people happy, then I'm all for letting them have them, you know, letting them, like it's up to me. My mum loves having cut flowers in the house, so I don't say often, sometimes when it's her birthday or something, I'll get her some. But she also likes plants too, so I mixed it up a little bit. Actually, my dad tends to buy her flowers more, which is nice. I'm going to make this one darker because it's tucked underneath the lid. I mean, maybe you might feel that you want the lid and the jar to be different colours, but I think it looks quite nice if they're sort of matching. Now on this one, I want to layer it up a little on the edge. It's quite tricky trying to work around these little leaves. Just take your time. I was talking to myself there, by the way. So what's the temptation to rush? There we go. I rush everything now. It's not that I'm not enjoying it, you know, I am. It's just me, I'm just fast, naturally fast. Just going to make that a bit darker. Have a look. The lid isn't dark enough on the edges for my liking either. Let's put a bit more in. Yeah, I'm just checking. We need to do something with this. It's always quite tricky to know what to do. I'm going to use a grey. Coal greys are always best for some metallics, and I'm actually just going to use Johanna's lines as a guide like this. If you put a little bit down and then leave some white, it looks like it's reflecting light. I could use the white pencil, couldn't I? I just noticed how much suddenly when I put my hand in, the colour of the paper really changes. Look at that. That's fascinating. That's why it's so grey. When there's no, my hand isn't in there, it just goes grey. How interesting. Anyway, I'm going to make that do. You could use your white pencil to colour in this bit, but I actually think, I'm not sure if it's going to add anything. I'll try it. I'm going to try it. Let's try it. Here's the white. You can judge whether you think it's, I mean, this Polychromos white doesn't really show up as well as some other whites. The Derwent Drawing Chinese white is apparently the best one, but I find a Prisma white is very good. A luminance white, very good, as you would expect. Yeah, the softer, squidgier whites tend to be a bit better. But anyway, I am going to finish there. So it's quite plain, you know, only got a few colours, but yeah, it shows you a little way that you can try and do silver and things like that. So I hope that was okay. We've got a few. Next time we'll probably have quite a bit of different colour, so it'll be a little bit different. But for now, thank you for watching. I hope you have a super day and happy colouring.